Bienvenidos y bienvenidas a Frugal for Health, una iniciativa que busca dar a conocer proyectos frugales de todo el mundo. Si esto de la innovación frugal aún no sabes de qué va de conseguir más con menos. Y te dejo un vídeo de Navi Rajau que lo cuenta muy bien cómo hacerlo en el sector salud y social. Hoy me encuentro en un hospital de Uganda, en Ukwala, para conocer el proyecto de las Boda Girls, las mujeres motoristas. Un proyecto que ha implementado un hospital para el transporte específico de mujeres para temas relacionados con salud. Lo hacen para embarazo, educación de la menstruación, para prevención de patologías específicas de mujer, pero la parte más interesante también es que empoderan a mujeres de la comunidad para que se conviertan en motoristas y puedan también tener un sustento para sus familias. Vamos a conocer en una entrevista a Faith, su coordinadora, y vamos a poder participar también con algunos de los servicios que van a realizar las Boda Girls. Esperemos que os gusten las entrevistas y si queréis profundizar os dejamos un debate con algunas partes interesadas para hablar de la frugalidad de este proyecto. ¡Hasta pronto!
Thank you so much. My name is Faith Moasi. I come from eastern part of Kenya, but I studied here in Western Nyanza, and I got to know Matibabu through a friend of mine. Matibabu Foundation is an NGO that works in 3 spaces. We have a level 5 hospital, a nursing school that deals with pre-service training. We teach nurses and perioperative theatre technologies. Then we also deal with community programs that link healthcare to people in the community. So Matibabu works in those 3 areas: the hospital, pre-service training, and community programs. Then I came here as a teacher, then the projects manager, then in terms of projects management. Then there was an open space vacancy for the Boda Girls coordinator, which I applied and thankfully I got. What inspired me to do that is because I'm a firstborn in a family of 5 girls, so I'm used to working with women, and the project needed someone who would work with other ladies. So that's how I ended up as the coordinator. Using what you have, the simple things that you have to make great things out of it. Because we want to make great out of the small space that we have. We're in a very rural place here in Ukwala, but we want to make that to be great, to even take it to other parts of Africa. So we are starting with the simple things that we have, hoping to grow to other parts of the world. The most common one, I'd say, it's poverty, lack of money, to meet their small things that they want to do. For example, transportation. They also depend on men. They don't have jobs. So that is something that is very common here. It's not common for you to find women in the transportation sector. Most women depend on men because the transportation sector is very male dominated. So you find that many women may want to learn how to drive motorcycles, for example, but they don't know how to do that. So it's very rare to have women driving motorcycles in this part of the world. So Boda Girls is a project that empowers women. Boda Girls deals with 3 things mostly, that is healthcare, education, and improving the livelihood of these women. In healthcare, we help bridge the gap between transportation for women in these communities, because I mentioned that's a challenge in rural settings. So we have the Boda Girls transporting women to the hospital for antenatal care, postnatal care, and deliveries, as well as preventive care. These Boda Girls also help other members of the community, not only the women. They also bring men to the hospital. They also bring children to the hospital so that they can get health care. And like it said, health is wealth. So in terms of education, they also go to schools, teaching young girls about reproductive health, making sure that they know that having periods is not something that is awkward, just making sure that that conversation is had. Then they provide them with reusable sanitary kits, because most of them, we found out that most girls miss schools when they are on their periods. So the Boda Girls go teach them about it, how to be clean during that time, and provide them with sanitary towels. They also take some of the girls to school, especially the ones that live very far away. Then they've improved their livelihoods through the project, because before the project you find that some of them were mostly housewives, just staying at home taking care of their kids, depending on the little income that their partners may get. Some are also selling vegetables, making, let's say, $1 in a day. But because of the transportation sector now, they can get to transport people, which is through their motorcycles, which is the most common means of transportation, and they get to earn money. Sure. You can get a Boda Girl through two ways. We have things we call Boda sheds, where these are just like what people may refer as bus stops, but we call them Boda sheds. So if you want a Boda Girl, you can go to a shed and you can get a Boda Girl there to take you wherever you want. The other way is by calling them. The members of the community have their telephone numbers, so you can call any number and a Boda Girl will come get you and take you wherever you want to go. The way they earn their money is in two ways, what we call private clients and the hospital rebates. For the private clients, if a Boda Girl is out there and someone needs them to take them to a particular place, the Boda Girl will just charge the market rate that is normal, and this client pays the Boda Girl directly. So we don't get to handle the money for their private clients, they do that themselves. For the hospital rebates, this include the ANC clinics and the preventive care clinics that they bring here. All of them will reimburse at a standard rate of 100 Kenyan shillings, no matter the distance. So you can take someone, let's say, to 2 kilometers or even 500 meters, and you'll still give 100 shillings. So that money, we don't pay it out. We put it in a bank account for all the girls. Then I track monthly. So every monthly, we give them a form that they have to fill for the patients they have brought for clinics. Then I go verify with the registrar at the maternal health center. Then we'll get the money from our budget, then it's banked in a specific account. So after 2 years, we'll just come and look at, for example, if it's Boda Girl Faith, you've saved 20,000, then we'll give you that money. The money for the deliveries, when you bring a woman for a delivery, because the national insurance scheme used to reimburse the hospital 6,000, we give you 500 shillings from that, and that one we pay out. We give them as cash every month. That one we don't save for them, just to make sure it cushions them, with their fuel expenses. Sure. So the project has 50 women in 5 cohorts. Each cohort has 10 women. Here right now in Ukwala, we have 3 cohorts. The first cohort that was recruited in 2022 was 10 girls who have graduated but are still Boda Girls. They are very active in the community. You can get a ride with them. Then we have the second cohort. Then the 5th cohort, the 3rd and 4th cohort are located in a different place. I'd say till now we've reached over 5,000 women with different services, be it the antenatal clinics, the postnatal clinics, the deliveries, or just bringing you to the hospital to get a service. Yes, I'd say the predominant ones are the maternal health care clinics and the maternal the deliveries. They are more prevalent because before, most women used to deliver in their houses, and they didn't know the importance of coming to the hospital for a clinic, for your baby to be checked for an ultrasound. But because the Boda Girls teach them the importance of that, they are taking it as something that they need to do. When they discover they're pregnant, you get a Boda Girl who will walk with you throughout the journey of your pregnancy till you deliver. So the first year when you come in, the program is 2 years. For the first year when you come in, we take you to a driving school where you'll be taught how to drive the motorcycle and get your license. We also teach other certifications, 10 of them, including first aid, business, entrepreneurship, health promotion, all this just in a bit to empower these girls. Some of them also come here when they're very timid, they're not used to talking to people, they don't know how to express themselves, so we teach them communication skills as well. Then after you are certified to be a driver now, because they carry sensitive clients, there is a process before you're certified to to bring a patient to the hospital. We fuel your motorcycle for you for the first 1 year. We do maintenance for you. We equip you with proper riding shoes, with helmets, and the gears that are required for you to be a good motorcycle driver. Then during the second year, we want to believe that you've known the ins and outs of this business. You start feeling for yourselves, covering some of the small expenses. We'll still continue covering your maintenance, the insurance for the motorcycle. The Boda Girls are also insured with the National Health Insurance Scheme. So in case you're sick or in case of anything, you're treated here at the hospital and you don't have to pay for that. We have very good feedback, but like just any other program, there are areas that we need to grow in. The men in this region tend to feel left out or threatened that now, we are getting female drivers and everyone prefers to ride with a woman because one, they will offer you an helmet if you need one, something that the male drivers don't do. They'll also take you at your own pace. If you want them to drive very slowly, they're very patient. So the men tend to feel a little bit left out. So it's an area that we are looking into because we also don't want to compete with them, want to complement the services. So we are developing a male ally kind of curriculum where we can have them as mentors for these girls in the community. And one thing that we ask them, in this community, when you look around, there are like over 200 male drivers, but we only have about 30 here. So it's not anything to feel threatened about. Now they see, because of the Boda Girls around, all the mothers are coming to Matibabu. So it brings some sort of friction with the other hospitals. But we address that by telling the girls, if you can take a woman to another facility and she can get care there, it's okay. If they need you to refer that lady maybe to Matibabu, it's okay for you to bring her here. So that's one challenge. Another one I'd say is these are women and then most of them are married. They're in their reproductive age and they want to have kids. So, if you come into the project and you're pregnant, we allow you to continue driving until maybe the 7th, 8th month if you're okay with it. If you're not and there are health issues, you can stop riding earlier. If you feel like you can still continue, it's okay. But because of that, I've seen most of them lose some sort of money and time and other things that maybe the trainings. So that's another challenge because you can't also tell them not to have babies. Motorcycle riding is very common in the rural settings, but it's also present in the urban towns. So in the rural places, because it's common, the roads are very bad, so we go to the interior, because with a motorcycle you can go anywhere. So we are reaching mostly the rural communities. The sub-county in Rarieda is urban. The roads there are very much better, but still the project is doable there. We are working with women who are already available, who already want to know how to ride motorcycles. And motorcycle riding is the most common means of transport here in rural Kenya. I also use a motorcycle when I want to go anywhere. So the project is very simple because we are using what we have and we are not reinventing anything new. The Boda Girls project is very horizontal because we get to train more than 10 women. Every year we recruit 14 women for the program. So we are reaching different communities, we are reaching different people. Right now we are in Ukwala where we have 30 cohorts. Ukwala is based in Siaya County. It's a sub-county. Then we have another sub-county called Game in Rarieda where we have the third and the fourth cohort. So I'd say yes, the project is very horizontal. My desire is to see the children and the families of these women because they come here very vulnerable. I feel so happy when I see them transform themselves, transform their families. They're able to take their kids to better schools. They can even have money for vacation, which is something they used not to do. They can have money to go just enjoy their families. And I hope that we get to replicate this in various parts of Kenya and even Africa.
Hasta aquí la entrevista con Faith, la coordinadora de las Boda Girls. Dejamos atrás este proyecto, espero que os haya gustado y si queréis profundizar un poco más sobre el tema, os dejamos un debate con algunas partes interesadas. ¡Hasta pronto!